All right. So, yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another breakdown. The last webinar, if you guys didn't make it, is already up on the course. I took a little bit longer because, I'm still pretty sick. So immediately right when I ended the webinar, I just went straight to bed. But wanted to give you guys a breakdown. So we might actually see things turn around here in the market in terms of gold and GJ. So I'm only going to be breaking down gold and GJ today. Just because I feel like I'm only going to break down the pairs that I'm currently actively trading. So when it came to GJ, something that I had said in the last webinar is I don't think we're going to really see selling pressure or really sellers at all too much, just because of where we are in the trend and what level we were trading at. So 152.900 or 153 flat, however you want to put it, is a pretty strong level where we've seen some pretty big reversals from over the last few weeks. So now, if we take a look at GJ on the daily time frame, if you're looking to sell, this is something that's very concerning to actually be wanting to sell. Not only is a big bullish engulfing candlestick, but it is a high probability engulfing candlestick, meaning that we could definitely see the next candlestick on this daily time frame actually continue to go up. Now, overall, price did end up breaking under both moving averages, but one thing that we have to identify is that price is not in an overall trend. Price right now is just moving sideways. Here we have the highs of the range. Here we have the lows of the range. As you guys can see, price so far has rejected the lows of the range. So the question really is at this point in time, right? Is price actually going to continue to go back up and test the highs of the range? Or are we going to see sellers come back into the market and push price down? That's something that we're going to have to determine only with time and looking at how these next couple of candlesticks are going to form. So in a situation like this, what we have to identify, one is momentum and how these candlesticks are actually playing out. Notice on these bullish candlesticks that these candlesticks are very strong. Typically, when we see prices going to change or reverse or pull back and go in the opposite direction, we'll see the candlesticks actually get smaller and smaller, meaning that momentum is dying down and we'll actually see price potentially go in the opposite direction. So when it comes to GJ, right, GJ currently is trading at this 154.750 resistance. Obviously, we're going to look for clear as day buys if GJ can get above these highs. Once GJ can actually get above these highs, it should be pretty obvious, okay, we're going to continue to go up. But at this point in time, we just kind of want to wait it out and see what it does. Now, what I think GJ is going to potentially do is potentially give us some form of a pullback, maybe 50%, possibly down to this very little 4-hour range that I had going on previously over the last few days here, where we could then potentially see GJ actually go up, maybe even form this inverted head and shoulders pattern. And at this point in time is when I would look to buy again. Because again, you have to remember, we want to buy at a discount. Right now, price is not at a discount. Price is very expensive. It is not worth buying right now. So at this point in time, again, the only thing to do is actually wait. Now, gold is a little bit different. When we look at gold, right, gold pretty much pulled back into its previous area where it found liquidity at 1900, where it broke above that level of resistance. We can actually see gold retest this area and have a big rejection off of this area. I'm not going to be interested in buying gold unless gold can actually start breaking above this area right here. So let's call it 1932. Once price actually starts to get above 1932, again, what I'll wait for is a pullback. I'll wait to see if 1932 will be established as a level of support. And then at that point in time is when we'll look for price to actually go up into 1953. I did catch a nice move yesterday from this point on to this point here. And I did not hold the position when this candlestick ended up closing above. Because you have to remember, the only way you're going to hold positions above a level of support or resistance is if this candlestick would have closed above, then that would have given me confidence to actually hold the position. But notice how the position actually ended up closing right back under resistance, showing that there is some rejection, again, that there is some resistance there. So that's when I ended up closing the position right when this candlestick actually closed. And look what happened with price. Came all the way back down into this area where it then double bottomed out, rejected, and continued to trade higher. So with gold, the best option to do right now is to wait for price to come back up, retest this level of previous support over here where there's resistance, and then wait for it to go up to 1953. So that is what I'm going to be waiting for. The markets most likely not going to trade GJ, only going to be really focusing on gold. So Let me know what you guys think. I don't know how long I'm gonna be answering questions for. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Because again, like I still feel like shit. I'm trying to go to bed in a little bit.
Nah. Appreciate it, bro. Hey, Raul, can you break down your trades on GJ the last couple of days? Like where you got in and where your stop was?
Oh, I didn't trade GJ yesterday.
Oh, I thought you took a trade, or maybe 2 days ago. I'd say yesterday.
2 days ago, well, pretty much what I
You
did.
took the short, right?
Yeah. You can find the more in-depth breakdown on the last webinar. But pretty much what I did was I noticed how price was riding under both of these moving averages here. Saw this big rejection right at 3 in the morning. I literally got in right when that candlestick closed with my stop loss above the highs. My first take profit, my first take profit was up here. My second take profit was down here in price. I mean, it was kind of self-explanatory. Price literally went all the way down, but I ended up closing somewhere along this area over here. But you can find the more like in-depth breakdown. And
One that you just posted?
I really just posted it.
Okay, perfect, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, Raul, how many pairs you trade? Like 3 only?
How many pairs am I trading?
Yeah, like average 3 pairs.
I'm actively trading only 2, but I have 3 on my watch list.
Yeah, so let's say if you're in the gold trade, like let's say you enter the gold trade, you only focus on gold when you got that pair. You don't care about GJ while you're in that.
Like basically what I'll do is I'll look at let me change this color here. I'll look at my watch list, right? And what I'll do is out of my 3 pairs that I'm looking at, I'll rank what type of setups I see on this watch list. So if I see gold is ranked at number 1, GJ at number 2, and then silver at number 3, what I'll do is I'll prioritize this gold trade, not trade GJ, not trade silver. Let's say that's around 9 o'clock right now, right? Let's say by London session, things change and GJ is ranked at number 1 in terms of like the setup. Gold is number 2, and then silver's number 3. I'll only take this GJ trade. So like I'll have a ranking system, and then I'll eliminate like the okay setups versus like the highest probability setups, and only take that high probability setup.
All right, I understand. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yo, Raul.
What's up, bro?
Yo, I had a question for pullbacks. So I'm just wondering if you have a rule for when price hits a structural point versus when it hits a Fibonacci area, like a 61.8 or a 50. I found like a lot more success when the market pulls back into like a 61.8 or a 50 and then carries on, as opposed to like structural points all the time. Because if you look on GJ, there was one instance after the head and shoulders on the 1 hour where it made the pullback. If you look on the head and shoulders there, yeah. As you can see, the head and shoulders, it broke the neckline, then it retested like a 61.8.
The head and shoulders where?
There, we just went over it. Head and just there, yeah. So the left shoulder is there pretty much, and then the head.
You're talking about like
like a big one, yeah, like that. Yep. Yeah, and then the retest, as you can see, kind of pulled back up to a 61.8.
Yeah.
Instead of the neckline. And then after that, I did the neckline one.
Yeah, I didn't really see that as the head and shoulders. I mean, when I went on the 2-hour time from yesterday, I saw it a little more clear. But in terms of like Fibonacci, I rather always just trade structure and supply and demand.
Oh, right, okay.
Fibs. That's just me personally. I mean, if you
do you use the fib as a confluence though?
Sometimes, like
only when trending, right?
Yeah, but I barely even pull out my Fibonacci tool nowadays anymore.
So structural always takes priority over Fibonacci for you?
Yeah, because you got to remember, like, there's a reason why at this specific structure point, price rejected and went in the opposite direction and then broke, right? Because you got to remember, Fibonacci is a tool that we as humans, we as the trader are placing, versus there's a reason why price actually rejected a certain area. So I'd rather take a trade based off of that certain rejection than me placing a tool. Because at the end of the day, Fibonacci is only really just a tool to measure how far prices pulled back. Now, how you could use Fibonacci to your advantage is by saying, I like to look for at least a 50% pullback, meaning that I'm going to get more of a risk reward out of it than waiting for like a 38.20. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I know some people say like Fibonacci support and resistance. I don't see it that way. because price action shows you where support and resistance is. Supply and demand shows you where support and resistance is. Fibonacci by itself, though, literally, it's just like a measuring tape. If you want to measure a desk, you're going to take out a ruler, right? All you're doing is measuring how long that desk is. And Fibonacci really is just the same exact thing. You're just measuring how far price is pulled back. That's how I see it. I'll always prioritize supply and demand, support and resistance over Fibonacci any day.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, one question. When you trade, what time zone do you usually trade with? Or you just do whatever you see open?
I usually trade the London session. Usually.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that the best time to trade gold?
No, the best time to actually trade gold is during the New York session.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You can trade gold during the London session. Yes, there's still going to be volume, but the best time to trade gold realistically is in the New York session.
When you trade London session, like what time you be in the shop? Like around 1 o'clock?
Yeah, 1:32.
Okay, so you don't need to be early, like around 11 p.m. None of that shit.
No.
Okay.
That's too early. Even 1 o'clock is still pretty early. But I hop on around 1 o'clock because the 4 hour just freshly closed.
All right.
Hey, I got a question.
What's good, bro?
Go for it.
How would you say you will overcome your fear or after like a real bad losing streak? Like I had a really bad losing basically 2 weeks, and now I feel like shit, I'm scared to hop in, now. Because I feel like, damn, I'm going to get stopped out,
Thing is, like, every losing streak is going to hit different depending on how bad the losing streak is. Because if you have $100 grand in your trading account and your losing streak, you only lose $5,000, you're like, it's only 5 G's. I have another $95,000 to trade with, right?
Exactly.
Versus, you have 100K in your trading account and you've lost $50,000, that's going to hit you a lot harder. I mean, for me, I feel like it's very easy to say I just keep trading, to be honest, right?
Okay.
But it just comes with that experience, right? The way I see losing streaks is really, it's just part of the game. And you got to move on and you got to brush yourself up. You got to pick yourself back up and you got to look for the next best setup. What could help you overcome the losing streak is really waiting for only those high quality setups. Stop looking at the lower time frames because you're going to see a bunch of different setups all the time, right? And just focus on those higher time frames, focus on those higher quality setups, and really focus on pumping up those risk to reward ratios.
Word. Yeah, I think that's where I do be fucking up. Like I get caught up too much in the 15 and the 30 looking for an entry, after break of structure or something like that. And I feel like that's what's been kind of fucking me up, low key.
Yeah, Renai, I'm telling you, like, if you were to just wait for like the H1 to close, right, you will see like so many different setups. Like if I were to go like on GJ on the 5-minute time frame, right, I wonder how many people ended up selling here until price hit and overall, again, like daily support level, the price flew up, right?
Exactly.
But then if you're on the hour time frame, that was literally just like this right here. Like, I'm not going to sell this. Like, this looks like complete buys right now. So you really want to focus on the quality of the setup. Again, you're going to find higher quality on the higher time frames.
I had a question.
What's up, bro?
So I just wanted to know, for how long do you take a look at the charts? Like how much screen time, you
I'll probably take about like 25, 30 minutes analyzing my watch list, because when you start to overanalyze, you start to think about it too much. And then that's when you're going to start to confuse yourself. So I don't, spend hours analyzing the charts, but I'll spend a good 25, 30 minutes, make sure my analysis is thorough and I'm making the most logical decisions as possible while trying to keep as much simplicity as possible to it as well. Because at the end of the day, these are all very simple concepts. We're just putting all of these concepts together in different situations. One thing I was saying before is like I could teach my 2-year-old sister that this is the McDonald's logo, right? And every time that you're going to see this McDonald's logo form, what do you think is going to happen after here? And she's going to say it's going to do that, right? But us as humans, when we put live money behind something, we tend to overcomplicate things, right? So I try and keep as much simplicity as possible without overcomplicating it. And then when you start to overanalyze, you start to get analysis paralysis. You're like, fuck, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, no, there was this analogy that someone used in the chat. It was like, oh, try to like pretty much build a case, like as an investigation, like building a case for like a what was it?
What you're doing,
I don't know.
Yeah, of course. What you're doing is you're building a hypothesis on overall market direction. You have to back up your hypothesis with evidence.
Yeah. So the confluences. I got. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was basically it. Thank you.
I have a quick question. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I was just someone in the chat wanted to know when the rest of the course sections will be released.
It depends because, to be honest, like I have the videos there, but I don't like them. I was gonna redo them after this launch, but I'm sick. I just kind of want to be in bed. So I'm gonna redo them, and then put them back up. But to be honest, like checking out the curriculum itself, most of it's already done. And what's up on the course right now is the more important sections. Like the back testing, I'm even debating on whether having it up or not, because I feel like back testing is only good to a certain degree. Live testing to me is more important because you get to actually get the emotional aspect of trading. So that's where I'm conflicted on that section. The live trading section, I have a few videos I'll have to edit and upload onto it. And then the scaling your trading, really, I talked about it all the time. But that video, that section will be up on the course within a week. It's literally like 2 or 3 videos. It's really not that complicated. So I wouldn't really focus too much on the sections that are still locked. I would focus on the sections that are unlocked because those are the more important sections. Like the scaling your trading section, like you're not going to have to use that information until you're already consistently profitable. So if you're not consistently profitable, then forget about that section, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Then when it comes down to the live trading, yeah, sure, those will help. But that's almost kind of like just a breakdown in how I like to trade. So I only have maybe 2 or 3 videos up on that course. Well, up on that section. But I would just more focus on what's open right now because those are the more important sections right now.
Hey, what's up, bro?
I got another question. You could go ahead, man. Sorry.
Oh, thanks. Okay, let's see. We see the price pull back on GJ to 154.94 area to 154 200. Will you wait the retest? Will you wait for a hammer or engulfing to get in, or are you just gonna wait on the retest? And
honestly, I wouldn't even look to buy GJ unless it pulls back into this area here. If it does that, I'll wait for an engulfing. Entry here, stops here, targets up here. That's it.
All right, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
I had a quick question. Since gold and silver move similar, do you ever go back and forth between the pairs to see which setup is better, or just strictly gold?
I go back and forth between the pairs because sometimes the setup looks way cleaner on silver than it does on gold.
Okay.
Hey, a quick question. When you're dealing with a prop firm like FTMO or FMS, let's say if I'm going with the 100K account, right? So are you basing your risk management off what you could lose or that full amount?
I'm basing my risk management off of the full amount.
The full amount.
Yeah.
So would that be considered over leveraging? Because what if you or it just depends on stop loss or whatnot?
It can be considered over leveraging, yes, because realistically you're only trading with $10,000 on 100K.
Exactly. That's what kind of conflicts me with the challenge, because I'd be damn, I feel like I'm not putting a big enough lot, or you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what's so you do basically if you do 2%, you're doing 2,000 off per trade or whatnot.
Realistically, I'll only risk 2% once I get to the funded account. I mean, there's been times where I passed. Even with my Forex funds, I passed 600K, and on my verification, I literally took 1 trade, and it passed on gold right away, and I risked 2.5% to make 5%, which was the verification. Right? At the end of the day, it really just comes to skill level, what you're comfortable doing. I'm very comfortable and confident in my skills. So it's like, okay, well, if I'm going to be down 2.5%, if I lose this trade, that's fine. I'll risk 1% to make back those 2.5%. Then I'll risk 2.5% again on my higher quality setup to look to make that 5% because I can get it knocked out like that. At the end of the day, it all comes down to probabilities. I'm a person who likes probabilities.
Okay, and another question, and I'm done. On those signals, are they the signals chat? Is that just only GJ at the moment, or
only GJ?
Okay, cool. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, you don't send the gold on there, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. One question about FMS. Yeah, since we're on the topic, is it gonna when's the update? Because I figure with the update comes a backup of for people's accounts and stuff, right?
100%. So the update's actually being currently underway. We're just waiting for a few more legal paperwork because FMS is going through a complete rebrand. It's not even going to be called FMS anymore. But once it's back up, it's literally going to be taken to another level. It's a new name, new website, and everything.
Yeah, because I just passed last week stage 2 of a 25K.
Yeah.
And I passed this week stage 1 of another 25K.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you.
Yeah, did we hear you correctly earlier too? You said you're not gonna trade GJ tonight?
Nah, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I'm probably not even gonna trade tonight. I still feel like shit.
Bro.
What's up, bro?
The first question that I have is on gold.
Okay.
Would you consider a pullback into the, let's say, 1917 zone, like
right here,
20? Yeah, maybe down there, to then see something and then take a long position from there.
The thing is, you could, right? But price is going to do what it wants at the end of the day. So I always like to follow price and plan ahead, if that makes sense.
Right. So, because I had basically the same thing that you had right now, this line, if it breaks and retest, but I also had, if price comes back down to the support level, I could take a long from there. Is that would be valid?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
As long as support holds, yeah.
All right. And then the another question that I have is basically when to move our stop loss, when you like to move your stop loss to break even, because I was on basically the same GJ trade. Actually, I entered at 7 in the morning, so I had my trade like a little bit up there, and then I moved my stop loss break even a little bit earlier, and I got taken out, and then price just melted all the way down.
I mean, it really depends. Like, to me, when I move myself to break even, it's something that's very situational.
Okay. So in the GJ situation, you wouldn't move the stop loss.
Where'd you get in?
At 7 o'clock at the 28th, February 28th, 7 o'clock. On a short position. A little bit to the left.
Here?
No. A little bit to the left. Wasn't basically this 3-bar reversal at 7 a.m. It's a little bit more to the left. Yeah. On the this candle right there. Yep. That one.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have moved my stop loss to break even here because that still has a chance of going back up into resistance. Like, I would have moved my stops to break even after price already down here.
Okay.
Like, you're talking about like price is barely moved in your favor and you're already wanting to move your stops to break even. That's just fear.
Okay. Because actually when I moved was price came down, and there's once it was moving down, like basically where you have your cross right now at 2 o'clock, I moved my stop loss break even, and then price came back, hit my stop loss, and then melted down. You think that it was a good move, or could have done better?
I think you moved it too early.
Too early?
Yeah. You told me move your stops to break even after price was down here. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But, for you to get stopped out, it had to have been one of these 3 candlesticks, which is way too early because you're barely in profit. If you got in after, let's just say, these 2 candlesticks, like, you're up only 20 pips.
Yeah.
You know, what were you risking? 30 pips, 20?
Yeah, about 37. Yeah.
Yeah, it's way too early. You weren't even up where you were risking.
Right. So we gotta set something like I'll move my stop loss if I'm up like 1.5, 1.8, something like that.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
I have a question.
Oh, let's go. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna ask Raul, is there any specific rule about putting your stop loss underneath or above the SMAs, or do you just do it above previous highs or lows?
I do levels of support and resistance.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't really tested stop losses above or under SMAs.
Yo, Raul, I just was able to join right now. Can you give me a quick recap?
Damn, I mean, basically, GJ, I'm not doing nothing other than waiting for a pullback to possibly look to go long. Gold, I'm going to wait for price to start trading above this horizontal line here, which is 1932. What I'll wait for is a break, retest, look for price to go up into 1950 because I want to see that these highs are broken and prices establish higher highs. Wait for a pullback into 1932 for price to establish support and then back up into 1950. You can watch some more in-depth breakdown though when I post the video up on the course.
Fire. What was for GJ, by the way?
GJ longs.
Nice.
Hey, bro, can you go on US30 for a sec?
Sure.
Would you see a pullback to? I'll show you. Would you see a pullback to 33,600?
Yeah, possibly. Let me check the daily. Possibly back into this area.
For a long, yeah.
I could, yeah, but I don't think it's going to happen. It might, but it's way too early to tell. There's still 12 hours.
All right. All right, thank you.
Hey Raul, do you do one-on-ones?
What's good, bro?
Do you do one-on-one sessions like with students?
No, I
like, can we request it or?
No, I don't really do one-on-ones. Yeah.
All right, brother. I was gonna ask, man. At what point do you transition from the higher time frames to like the 15-minute for you to take an entry? Like, for example, you said like you wait for a bullish candle, and then you take the trade. So I mean, do you take it at the 1 hour, or do you go down to the 15 minutes to find something?
I promise you, I stopped going down to the 15-minute and the 5-minute months ago, and I'll never go back. I don't see a reason to go to the 15-minute or the 5-minute unless you're scalping. Even then, like, maybe there I'll go down into a 15-minute, right? But there's no point because we're looking for way bigger moves. Like the 15-minute is not a time frame I would give a lot of priority to. I'll go down to the hour and the 30-minute once we're in the zone that I'm looking to buy or sell.
So you go there just to like for entry confirmations, right?
Yeah. See how things are forming.
And you think you can look at USD gas real quick?
Gold?
What's up, bro?
Do you ever use the DXY to better execute gold?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Raul.
Yeah.
At what price you looking at gold to go down if it does go down?
I don't think gold is going to go down. But if it does go down, definitely I would like to see what it does right here at, let's say, 1915. If price does go down, then I'll look for double bottom for it to go back up into this range. I wouldn't look to start selling gold unless we see something like this, though. Then that's when I'll look to sell.
So if it retests at 1909?
Yeah, if it breaks under, then retest it. Then that's when I'll look to sell.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Raul.
Does anybody have any other questions?
Yeah, Raul. So like a few days ago, like somebody asked you a question on Instagram, like, what do you think about auto block? And you said like auto block is the same shit, supply and demand.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to remember, like, a bunch of people out here are really rewording things, telling you, this is the holy grail. That, bro, it's the same shit. Order blocks, liquidity zones, it's all the same shit. in a level of supply and in a level of demand, there's orders being taken there.
All right.
Same shit. People are just trying to sell you something different. You see people talking about smart money concepts online. It's like, do you really think you're going to be trading like an institution with $1,000 in your trading account? Like,
no.
Really,
So you know, but
I had posted a joke on my Instagram the other day talking about how people are trying to like, oh, you know, like word things to look like so like crazy and whatever and this and that, bro. Some guy was like protecting like smart money concepts with like his life. He's like, bro, it changed my life. It changed my trading. I go on his page and he's trading $1,500 almost. It's not even 1,500 USD. It's 1,500 ZAR. Like, you could talk to me once you've already made, you know, a few $100,000 a month from trading. Other than that, don't even talk to me, bro.
Yeah. All right.
People are just trying to sell bullshit nowadays.
Yeah, bro.
And it's not even on some cocky shit. It's just facts, bro.
No, and the quality of the stuff isn't the same, bro. Like for example, like I've done a couple courses and I've done Daniels. Daniels is good for you to start off, but then once it gets to like when you're like trying to like, you know, get better, it gets harder because it doesn't provide a lot. And like another course that I did, it doesn't provide as much information. So it just the quality of things, to be honest.
Facts.
Yo, bro.
What's good, bro?
For the single room, do you take all the trade, or do you have someone working with you, like dealing with that?
I have someone working with me, so then I can focus 100% of my effort on the day trading institution.
All right, thanks, bro.
Yeah, bro, no problem.
And that trader only takes DJ, but right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, bro.
What's good, bro?
Yeah, man, I had a question on you. I was looking at USD JAPI. It went back up to the resistance level. Do you think it's still gonna keep on going up, or is it too big of a resistance on the top and it's gonna go down?
Well, I mean, how do you establish if price is most likely gonna break a level or not?
So I did the Fibonacci, and it was marking where is that to go down to like about the 61.8, which was 11.15.300. That's what I was looking at to take profit since it did a retracement.
You're talking about
the hour.
You want to go down or up?
Down.
Why?
On the sell.
Anybody hear him? I can't hear him.
Yeah, so see how there was like a bunch of big wicks on that level, and it was trying to push up, but it failed to. And then I put the Fibonacci on there, and of what I saw, it was a big resistance level. So I was looking into putting a sell to go down to 115.300.
This is not a situation where you want to use fibs because price is moving sideways. You only want to use fibs when price is doing this. Price right now is doing this. So it's not a good situation to use fibs. More importantly, though, what I would wait for if I'm going to look to sell USD JPY is a stronger sell signal, like a bearish engulfing on this 4-hour time frame. Once I get that bearish engulfing on the 4-hour time frame, I'll then go down to a lower time frame. Because right now there's no signal for you to sell here. This price could just keep pumping up until this major level of resistance here. So you want to wait for a stronger sell signal before anything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No rules. Someone in the chat's asking if you can break down AU, Australian to USD.
Damn, the webinar is literally about to end. But to be honest, I'm not even comfortable like breaking down pairs I've never traded in my life.
I don't know who said that, but
no. Yeah.
Yo, I got a question. Do you use like a mental